Have you ever wondered why happiness seems harder to find as we get older? Or why do the changes in your body, relationships, and life sometimes feel overwhelming? These are the tough truths we face as we age. But what if I told you that embracing these challenges could lead to a life filled with deeper joy, peace, and fulfillment? In this video, we'll explore 5 harsh truths about old age that many of us tend to avoid. Truths that, once acknowledged, can transform your perspective and lead to a richer, more meaningful life. We'll dive into why being the center of attention may no longer be the goal, how accepting the changes in your body can unlock a new kind of strength, and why learning to embrace loss, change, and imperfection is the key to lasting happiness. By watching until the end, you'll discover powerful insights that will help you not just survive aging, but thrive in it. Whether it's learning how to let go of unrealistic expectations, embracing the present moment, or finding fulfillment in the quiet joys of life, this video will offer you the wisdom and tools to make your later years some of the most rewarding. Don't miss out, because the best part of life could be waiting for you, right now, in this chapter. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. 1. You're no longer the center of attention. Growing older brings with it a profound and often uncomfortable realization. The world no longer revolves around you, or at least it can feel that way. For much of your life, your days were shaped by the roles you played. You may have been the devoted parent whose unwavering love and guidance shaped young lives, the reliable professional whose expertise and hard work fueled progress, or the active community member who seemed to be at the heart of every event. Your identity was tied to these roles, and the responsibilities they carried gave your life structure, purpose, and meaning. But then, as the years go by, the landscape begins to shift. Children grow up and move out, carving paths of their own. Careers wind down, and the hustle of daily work fades into the background. Friends and neighbors, once constant companions, are no longer as present. Slowly but surely, the calls become less frequent, the invitations fewer and farther between. The spotlight you once stood in begins to dim, and you might feel as though you've been gently nudged into the wings of life stage while younger generations take center stage. This transition is not easy. It can feel like a kind of loss, a loss of purpose, a loss of relevance, a loss of being needed. The silence that replaces the busyness can feel deafening at first, and the absence of constant demands can leave you wondering, do I still matter? It's easy to mistake the quiet for an erosion of your significance, to equate fewer external validations with a diminished sense of worth. But here's the truth, one that unfolds slowly, like a sunrise after a long night. Your value was never truly tied to how many people depended on you. It wasn't about the meetings you led, the advice you gave, or the favors you fulfilled. Those moments were chapters in your life, yes, but they were never the entirety of your story. What this stage of life offers is something both challenging and liberating. The chance to redefine what it means to matter. When you step back from the illusion that your life is always under scrutiny, a remarkable realization emerges. The world, as it turns out, was never as focused on you as you might have imagined. People were busy navigating their struggles, fears, and ambitions. They weren't evaluating your every move or defining your worth by your actions. This isn't dismissive, it's freeing. It releases you from the exhausting weight of external expectations and allows you to start living for yourself, for the things that truly bring you joy and fulfillment. Think about it. How much of your energy over the years has been spent worrying about what others thought? How many moments of happiness have been overshadowed by the fear of judgment or the relentless pursuit of meeting someone else's standard? The truth is, most people have been too consumed with their own lives to cast the judgment they feared. And now, as the demands of others recede, you are given the rare gift of space. The space to ask yourself what you want, what you need, and what makes you come alive. The quieter audience in this chapter of your life is not a loss but an invitation. It invites you to look inward and ask yourself questions that may have gone unanswered for years. What truly makes me happy? What passions have I left unexplored? What kind of life do I want to create for myself now? The absence of the spotlight doesn't mean you're fading. It means you're finally free to shine in your way, on your terms. This doesn't mean cutting yourself off from the world or isolating yourself from those who care about you. It means shifting your focus and redirecting your energy toward the relationships and activities that bring you genuine joy and peace. It means letting go of the need to be all things to all people and instead embracing the simple pleasures of being yourself. Maybe it's finding joy in a quiet morning with a cup of coffee, pursuing a long-forgotten hobby, or reconnecting with the beauty of nature. Perhaps it's deepening the bonds with those who truly matter or finding fulfillment in acts of kindness, no matter how small. And let's not overlook the immense gift of self-discovery that comes with this stage of life. For years, you may have put yourself last. Your needs, your dreams, your happiness. But now, you have the chance to place yourself at the center of your own life. It's not about selfishness. It's about self-respect. It's about recognizing that you deserve a life that feels good, that nurtures you, and that aligns with the person you've become through all these years of experience, growth, and resilience. Yes, the phone may ring less, and the invitations may slow, but in that space lies a profound opportunity. The chance to reconnect with yourself. You are not less important or less valuable than you were before. If anything, this time allows you to reclaim your essence, to live authentically and unapologetically. The rhythm of life may have shifted, but you are still the conductor of your symphony. So, instead of mourning the loss of the spotlight, celebrate the freedom it brings. Use this time to nurture your passions, savor your victories, and honor the wisdom you've gained along the way. Being the center of attention was never what made you extraordinary. It was the depth of your love, the kindness in your actions, and the unique light you bring to the world. Now, that light shines not for an audience, but for yourself. And that, perhaps, is the greatest gift of all. 2. Your body is changing, and that's okay. Aging brings with it an undeniable reality. Your body is changing. This truth, though universal, can feel deeply personal, touching parts of your identity you may not have considered vulnerable. The same legs that once carried you swiftly through bustling streets, danced late into the night, or hiked to breathtaking views may now ache under the weight of simpler tasks. Everyday actions, like bending down to tie your shoes, lifting a bag of groceries, or even getting out of bed, may now require a deliberate effort, a slowing down that can feel foreign to a once speedy pace. You might look in the mirror and see unfamiliar features, lines etched across your face like the markings of a map, gray or thinning hair framing a visage that seems softer, more weathered. These reflections tell a story, one of resilience and endurance, but they can also stir emotions that are difficult to name. There may be a twinge of sadness, a sense of loss for what once was, or even frustration as the body you've lived with for so long begins to feel unfamiliar. In a world that glorifies youth, it's easy to feel as though time is stealing something precious from you, as though the changes are a betrayal of your former self. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. For much of life, we exist in a kind of unspoken partnership with our bodies. We rely on them without question, trusting them to work tirelessly in the background, enabling us to live, love, and experience the world. They power us through long days, late nights, and countless adventures without much thought on our part. But then, almost imperceptibly at first, that partnership begins to shift. Once fluid movements may become stiff. Strength gives way to a gentler kind of effort. The same body that once felt boundless now whispers reminders of its finite nature. This realization can be disorienting, even jarring. Yet amid these changes lies an opportunity for a profound shift in perspective. What if your body's changes weren't betrayals, but reminders? What if each wrinkle, each ache, each slower step was a testament to a life fully lived? Think about it. Your body has carried you through every joy, every heartbreak, every triumph, and every failure. It has been your silent partner through sleepless nights, through illnesses you thought you'd never overcome, and through moments of celebration you'll never forget. Far from betraying you, your body has been your most loyal ally. This shift in perspective begins with acceptance, not resignation, but a gentle acknowledgement of what is. Acceptance says, this is where we are, and that's okay. It's an act of grace, a way of treating yourself with the kindness you deserve. It's about honoring your body for what it has endured rather than critiquing it for what it can no longer do. Each line on your face, every scar, every change tells a story of resilience. They are the badges of a life rich with experience. But acceptance doesn't mean giving up on yourself. It doesn't mean letting go of care or effort. It means the opposite. This is the time to double down on self-care, not out of fear of aging but out of respect for the remarkable journey your body has taken. It's about nourishing yourself with the right foods, engaging in movement that feels good, and embracing rest as a necessary act of love rather than indulgence. Maybe you no longer run marathons, but a leisurely walk through a quiet park can bring a different kind of joy. Maybe you no longer lift heavy weights, but yoga or gentle stretches can help you feel grounded and whole. These changes invite us to live differently, not less, but more mindfully. They remind us to listen to our bodies in a way we may never have before and to heed their signals with compassion. When your knees ache, they're not scolding you, they're asking for rest. When you feel fatigued, your body isn't failing you. It's reminding you to slow down. Listening to these messages is an act of love, a way of saying, I value you. I'm grateful for all you've done. One of the greatest gifts of aging is the clarity it brings. As the distractions of physical perfection fall away, you're left with the heart of what truly matters. The moments of connection with loved ones, the pursuit of passions that ignite your spirit, and the quiet contentment of simply being present take center stage. These moments don't require a body that is flawless or unchanging. They only ask for a body that is here, willing to experience life in all its forms. Think of your body as a cherished old book, its pages worn and its cover weathered from years of use. The wear doesn't diminish its value. It enhances it, each crease and mark a testament to its journey. Like that book, your body has been lived in, shaped by the life you've built. Comparing it to its younger self is like comparing a seedling to a towering tree. The seedling holds promise, but the tree, with its deep roots and sturdy branches, tells a story of survival and growth. Let go of comparisons, to others, to your past self. Everybody ages differently, shaped by their unique history of care, hardship, and joy. What works for someone else may not work for you, and that's okay. Your journey is yours alone, and it's worth celebrating in all its imperfections. There's also a spiritual gift in these physical changes. They remind us of the fleeting nature of life, urging us to focus on what truly matters. They invite us to slow down, to savor the simple pleasures, a warm cup of tea, the laughter of a grandchild, the feel of sunlight on your face. They encourage us to invest in the relationships and experiences that bring meaning to our lives. Your body, even now, is a vessel of incredible potential. It allows you to feel, to connect, to create. It is the bridge between your spirit and the world around you. And while it may no longer move with the same ease, it still carries you forward, one step at a time, toward new experiences and joys. So, instead of seeing aging as a battle, embrace it as a transition into a different kind of strength. It's not the loud, unyielding strength of youth, but a quieter, more profound resilience. It's the strength that comes from knowing who you are and valuing the life you've lived. Your body, even as it changes, is still a miracle. It's still yours. And together, you and your body will continue this journey, finding beauty in every step. 3. Not everyone will be there forever. Aging unveils a truth so profound and bittersweet that it reverberates through every fiber of your being. Not everyone will journey with you until the end. Friends who once stood shoulder to shoulder with you in laughter, family who felt as unshakable as the ground beneath your feet, and even the life partner who vowed to share your every triumph and sorrow. None are promised to remain by your side forever. Time, distance, and the unyielding hand of loss have a way of reshaping our relationships, often leaving us with only the lingering echoes of shared moments and the ache of what was. This truth is not one we fully grasp in youth. The vitality of life's early chapters surrounds us with people and connections, often so abundant that we hardly notice their presence as extraordinary. Friends are plentiful, family gatherings are loud and joyous, and our days overflow with the warmth of companionship. But as time unfolds, those circles begin to narrow. A friend drifts away, a sibling moves to a distant city, a parent passes on, and the spaces once filled with laughter and shared memories begin to grow quieter. As we grow older, these absences hit harder. The silence of a phone that rings less often feels heavier, the sight of an empty chair at the table cuts deeper, and the moments of solitude that once felt peaceful can take on a sharp, lonely edge. In these moments, the realization sinks in. The people we love most, the ones we thought would always be there, are not immune to the passage of time. They, too, are subject to life's unpredictable currents, leaving us to grapple with the void they leave behind. Grief, when it arrives, is a storm that consumes everything in its path. It's not just sadness, it's the deep, visceral longing for what once was. It's the desire to hear their laughter one more time, to feel their touch, to share one last unspoken moment of understanding. But grief is not a weakness. It's a testament to the depth of love you've experienced. The heartache you feel is proof that their presence mattered, that they touched your life in ways that words can't fully express. This pain, though searing, is sacred. It's the price of having truly loved and been loved. Yet within grief lies an opportunity for transformation. Those we lose leave behind more than just memories. They leave lessons, wisdom, and a legacy of love that lives on in us. You honor them by living a life that reflects the light they brought into your world. Every act of kindness, every pursuit of joy, and every moment of resilience becomes a way to carry their spirit forward. In this way, no one is ever truly gone. They live on in your choices, your memories, and the indelible mark they've left on your soul. While it's true that some people leave our lives, it's equally true that others enter, often in the most unexpected ways. A warm smile from a stranger, a neighbor's kind gesture, a shared interest at a community event. These seemingly small moments can blossom into meaningful relationships. As you age, you may find that the connections you form later in life carry a unique beauty. They may lack the long history of your earlier bonds, but they offer fresh opportunities for growth, understanding, and joy. Allowing yourself to embrace these new relationships is not a betrayal of the past. It's a celebration of life's endless capacity for connection. This truth also challenges us to treasure the relationships we still have. Life's fleeting nature makes every moment with loved ones precious. Don't let time slip away in the busyness of daily routines or the false belief that there will always be another day. Reach out to the people who matter most to you. Make the phone call, write the letter, visit when you can. Speak the words you've been holding back, share the love you feel, and make the time to be present. These acts of connection, no matter how small, create memories that will sustain you when absence inevitably comes. And then, there is the relationship with yourself, the one constant in a life full of change. Solitude, while often feared, can be a powerful ally. It offers the chance to turn inward, explore the depths of your own heart, and nurture the passions and dreams that might have been set aside for others. In solitude, you find the strength to face life's uncertainties and the peace that comes from truly knowing and loving yourself. This inner relationship becomes a source of resilience, a wellspring of joy, and a reminder that you are whole, even in the absence of others. The impermanence of relationships is one of life's most difficult truths, but it is also one of its most profound gifts. It teaches us to hold each connection as precious and to embrace each goodbye with gratitude for what was shared. It reminds us that the beauty of relationships lies not in their permanence, but in their presence. In the moments of laughter, the shared struggles, the silent understanding, and the love that transcends time. So, as you navigate the shifting landscape of relationships in old age, remember to carry the memories of those who are no longer with you as a source of strength and inspiration. Let their love guide you as you continue to forge new connections and cherish the people who remain. And most importantly, nurture the relationship with yourself, finding joy and purpose in your own company. Life is not measured by the number of people who stay with us, but by the depth and richness of the connections we've had. Every person who has touched your life has left a piece of themselves in your story, shaping the person you've become. In this way, no one is ever truly lost. They live on in your heart, in the choices you make, and in the love you continue to give and receive. As you embrace this truth, you'll find that even though not everyone will be there forever, the love, lessons, and memories they leave behind are eternal. In their absence, you'll discover new depths of gratitude, resilience, and the profound beauty of a life filled with connection. 4. Change is inevitable. Change is one of life's few certainties, an unstoppable tide that shapes our existence from the moment we take our first breath. As children, change often feels thrilling, an adventure that brings with it the promise of something new and exciting. But as the years unfold, the weight of change begins to shift. It can feel less like a doorway to possibility and more like a force that disrupts the fragile stability we've worked so hard to build. In the later chapters of life, change arrives in ways that are not always welcome, demanding that we adapt even when our hearts yearn for the comfort of familiarity. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. As we age, the presence of change feels more relentless and more profound. It weaves its way into every corner of our lives, reshaping the landscapes we once knew so intimately. Loved ones who once felt like the anchors of our world may move away, grow distant, or pass on, leaving behind a void that seems impossible to fill. The neighborhoods we called home transform, filled with unfamiliar faces and bustling with new rhythms that no longer match our own. Technologies leap forward at a dizzying pace, connecting the world in ways that can feel alienating for those struggling to keep up. Even our bodies, once reliable vessels of our will, begin to change in ways that can feel like a betrayal, a reminder of the inevitable passage of time. For many, these changes carry an overwhelming sense of loss. It's not just the loss of people or places. It's the loss of a version of life that felt steady and secure. It's the erosion of the familiar, the comforting, the predictable. In moments like these, the instinct to resist can be strong. We cling tightly to what was, fighting to preserve the fragments of a world that feels like it's slipping through our fingers. But resisting change is like standing in the path of a mighty river, trying to hold back the current with nothing but your hands. The effort is exhausting, and the result is inevitable. Change will come, whether we are ready or not. There is a deep truth in this. Peace is not found in resistance but in acceptance. To embrace change is not to dismiss the pain or the losses that come with it. It is not to pretend that we are unaffected or unbothered by the upheavals of life. Instead, it is to acknowledge the impermanence of all things and to make peace with the flow of life. It is to grieve what was, to honor the beauty of the past, and then to turn, with courage, toward what might yet be. Consider the times in your life when you faced a change that felt insurmountable. A move to a new city, the end of a relationship, the transition into an unfamiliar role. At the moment, it may have felt as though the ground beneath you was crumbling, as though you might never find your footing again. And yet, with time, you did. You discovered strengths you didn't know you had, built new connections, and found joy in places you never thought to look. These moments of transformation are proof of your resilience, a testament to your ability to bend without breaking, to endure, and to grow. In the later stages of life, change often takes on a more intimate and challenging form. It might be the quiet emptiness of a house once filled with the laughter and chaos of children who have now grown and left to build lives of their own. It might be the heart-wrenching loss of a beloved partner, whose absence leaves a void so deep it seems impossible to fill. It might be the difficult decision to leave behind a family home, one filled with decades of memories, for a smaller, more manageable space. Each of these changes can feel like an ending, a closing chapter in the story of your life. But every ending is also a beginning. The empty nest, while bittersweet, can become a sanctuary for rediscovering passions that were long set aside. The smaller home, stripped of its burdens, can offer simplicity and clarity, a chance to focus on what truly matters. And while the loss of a partner is a wound that may never fully heal, it can also create space for new connections, whether with friends, family, or even a deeper relationship with yourself. Change is not merely something to endure, it is something to learn from. It challenges us to stay curious, to remain open to the unfamiliar, and to find meaning in the new. Imagine the satisfaction of learning to navigate a smartphone to video call your grandchildren, bridging miles with the touch of a button. Envision the joy of trying something you never thought to explore: painting, writing, gardening, or even yoga. These moments of adaptation are not just about survival. They are about living fully, proving that growth is possible at any age. Perhaps the most profound gift of change is the perspective it brings. Change has a way of stripping away the unimportant, of reminding us what truly matters in life. It reveals the value of love, connection, and purpose, often in ways we could not have anticipated. A closed door may feel like rejection, but it can lead to a path we would never have chosen on our own. A storm may uproot the familiar, but it clears the way for new growth, new opportunities, for new beginnings. It's natural to mourn the losses that come with change. To grieve is to honor the parts of life that have shaped you, to acknowledge the depth of your love and your connection to what was. But after the grief, there is a choice to be made. You can linger in the shadows of the past, holding tightly to what can no longer be, or you can step into the light of the present and embrace the possibilities of the future. The choice to embrace change is a choice to keep living. It is a choice to remain engaged with the world, to find beauty in the ever-shifting landscape of your journey. There is strength in adaptability and quiet power in learning to flow with life rather than fight against it. The seasons of life are not meant to remain the same. They are meant to ebb and flow, to challenge and inspire, to break us open and rebuild us stronger. So, when change comes, as it always does, welcome it. Allow it to teach you, to shape you, to remind you of your boundless capacity to adapt, to grow, to thrive. Within the inevitability of change lies the opportunity for renewal, discovery, and a life that is as dynamic and beautiful as the journey itself. Let change remind you that even as the world around you transforms, your essence remains. You are not a passive participant in the story of your life. You are the author, the artist, the creator. And with every change, you have the chance to paint a new chapter, to craft a life that is rich, vibrant, and full of meaning. Life's only constant may be change, but within that truth lies the infinite potential to live boldly, beautifully, and fully. 5. Happiness is a choice. Happiness. It's a concept we all yearn for, a state of being that seems to sparkle just out of reach, especially as we grow older. When we're young, we often think happiness is something external, a reward for hard work, a result of good fortune, or the inevitable outcome of having enough in life. Yet, as the years roll by and life hands us its share of heartaches and triumphs, a deeper truth begins to emerge. Happiness isn't something that happens to us. It isn't a fleeting emotion tied to perfect circumstances or the absence of pain. Happiness is, and always has been, a choice, a deliberate act of will to embrace joy, even when life feels far from perfect. As the years pass, the challenges of aging can make happiness feel like an elusive dream. There are days when the weight of physical discomfort, aching joints, slower movements, or chronic pain, seems to overshadow everything else. The losses we endure, the absence of lifelong friends, the quiet of a once busy household, or the passing of a beloved partner, can carve an ache into our hearts that feels impossible to soothe. Even the steady march of time, as it changes our bodies and limits our abilities, can leave us yearning for the vigor and freedom of our youth. In such moments, happiness might feel unattainable, a luxury reserved for those whose lives have remained untouched by hardship. But that is where the transformative power of choice comes in. Happiness doesn't have to depend on circumstances beyond our control. It begins within us, as a conscious decision to shift our perspective, to seek joy in the small, sacred moments, and to cultivate gratitude for the blessings we still have. It is not the absence of struggle but the presence of intention that allows happiness to flourish. Choosing happiness doesn't mean denying the hardships of life. It doesn't mean pretending that loss and grief don't hurt or that the challenges of aging aren't real. Instead, it's about deciding where to place our focus. Life, even in its most difficult seasons, offers moments of beauty, grace, and wonder, if only we pause to notice them. Consider the golden warmth of sunlight streaming through your window, the soothing sound of rain pattering on the roof, or the simple comfort of holding a hot cup of tea in your hands. These are not grand gestures or monumental events, but they carry a quiet power. They are reminders that joy can be found even in the smallest of things. Gratitude is the cornerstone of happiness. It is the practice of looking at life not through a lens of scarcity, but through a lens of abundance. Even on the hardest days, there is something to be thankful for. The kindness of a stranger, the laughter of a child, or the memories of love shared with those who are no longer with us. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, but it shifts our focus from what is missing to what remains. It invites us to see life's gifts, no matter how small, and to cherish them deeply. Letting go is another essential element of happiness. Letting go of regrets, grudges, and the idea that life must look a certain way to be fulfilling. By the time we reach our later years, most of us carry a collection of what-ifs and if only. We might dwell on opportunities missed, relationships that faltered, or choices we wish we could undo. But holding on to these regrets only weighs us down, keeping us tethered to the past and unable to fully embrace the present. Forgiveness, of others and ourselves, is a gift we give not for their benefit, but for our freedom. Letting go of the heavy burden of regret allows us to move forward with a lighter heart, open to the joy that still awaits us. Perspective, too, plays a vital role in happiness. Imagine standing outside on a rainy day. One person might curse the rain, seeing only the inconvenience of wet clothes and cancelled plans. Another might marvel at the beauty of the raindrops on the leaves, the fresh scent of the earth, or the life-giving power of water nourishing the land. The rain is the same, but the experience is entirely different, shaped by the lens through which it is viewed. In much the same way, happiness is less about what happens to us and more about how we choose to see it. Cultivating a perspective of wonder, gratitude, and acceptance takes practice, but it is a skill that grows stronger the more we use it. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, Please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Happiness in later life is deeply tied to presence. The ability to fully inhabit the moment we are in, without being consumed by the weight of the past or the uncertainties of the future. Presence allows us to savor the simple pleasures of life. The taste of a favorite meal, the melody of a cherished song, or the feeling of a cool breeze on a warm day. When we stop waiting for life to be perfect, we begin to see that it is already filled with magic. The imperfections, the uncertainties, and even the struggles are part of what makes life rich and meaningful. They remind us of our resilience, deepen our capacity for compassion, and teach us to find beauty amid chaos. Perhaps the most beautiful truth about choosing happiness is its ripple effect. Joy is contagious. When you choose to see the good in life, when you radiate gratitude and kindness, you inspire those around you to do the same. A smile shared with a stranger, a word of encouragement offered to a friend, or a moment of laughter with loved ones can spread happiness in ways you might never fully see. In this way, your choice to embrace happiness becomes a gift, not only to yourself but to the world around you. As we age, society often sends the message that happiness is a luxury reserved for the young. But nothing could be further from the truth. The wisdom and perspective that come with age offer us a profound opportunity to redefine what happiness means. It is not about chasing fleeting pleasures or waiting for the stars to align. It is about finding joy in the journey, appreciating the beauty of where we've been, and embracing the possibilities of what lies ahead. The power to choose happiness has always been within you. It does not require a life free from hardship, but it does ask for an open heart and a willingness to see life for what it is. A mix of light and shadow, beauty and imperfection, sorrow and joy. By choosing happiness, you honor not only your own life but also the lives of those who have touched yours. You carry forward their love, their laughter, and their lessons, creating a legacy of joy that endures beyond your years. So, pause. Breathe. Look around. Happiness is not waiting for some distant future. It is here, now, in the warmth of your breath and the rhythm of your heart. It is in the memories you hold, the connections you nurture, and the gratitude you cultivate. It is in the courage to let go of what no longer serves you and the grace to embrace the life you have, exactly as it is. In choosing happiness, you are choosing to live fully, deeply, and beautifully. And that choice, no matter your age, is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. As we reach the end of this journey together, it's time to reflect. What resonated with you the most? What have you learned about the power of choosing happiness, even amidst life's inevitable challenges? Perhaps it's the importance of gratitude, the beauty of letting go, or the ability to find joy in the small, quiet moments. We'd love to hear from you. Comment below and share one thing you've learned from this video that you plan to bring into practice in your own life. Your insights could inspire someone else on their path to happiness. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content that enriches your mind, uplifts your spirit, and empowers your life. Thank you for being here, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.